because this one was I mean it's just a fun one, you know. It was I'm not don't think too seriously. Okay, so every tank's nightmare matchup, aka the worst possible team comp to go against him. It's a lot of Zen on it. All right. Let's think about this. Now, again, I want this to be not about what's the most effective. Let's have some fun with this. Not what's the most effective, but what's the most frustrating to play versus. All right. D.Va versus Zarya. Yeah, probably true. I think it's probably true. I mean, it doesn't mean that Zarya counters D.Va. It just means it's not fun to play versus. All right. Mei, definitely with the new Mei for sure. Maybe Sim because Beam Hero. Well, Sombra might be problematic as well, even though D.Va's pretty good into Sombra. D.Va's kind of it's annoying to worry about Sombra hack all the time. Sim is not bad though. I think it's not bad. Brigitte, Moira, Brigitte. Who would I not like to play into as D.Va? I actually think it might be maybe Lucio. Maybe like Brig. Yeah, Brig Lucio is a good shot. Moira is like whatever. I can actually kill a Moira and you can eat orbs and stuff. And she's actually not that hard to kill. Maybe Brig Lucio would be worse. Like Brig Lucio. Again, not what counters necessarily, just what's the most annoying. Maybe Brig Lucio, or I don't know why I did this. But maybe a Lucio instead of Brig. So there's like nothing that you can really assassinate very easily. Lots of peel. Lots of things that go right through. There's literally nothing to Matrix at all. Like, think about that. There's like nothing to Matrix. BAP is 2 don't dive. Yeah, but you can dive a BAP, you know? And you can Matrix BAP. I'm thinking Brig Lucio. I'm thinking Brig Lucio. Not what counters D.Va, but like what would be the most unfun way to play into D.Va. You derpy, thanks so much. Oh man, hey, 6 months, all right. You got a new logo thing. Yeah, Brig Zen is a pretty good shout too. I think Brig Zen would be an honorable mention. Brig Zen would be good, would be tough too. Because a Zen with a Brig is really hard to dive. New bird just dropped? Yeah. Okay, Doomfist. Orisa? Maybe Orisa. Honestly, I feel like it'd be Roadhog. Maybe. Junkerqueen is, I think, is a maybe, but Junkerqueen feels like a little bit easier to avoid because knife is harder to hit. Orisa is definitely tough, but I think like Roadhog is harder to annoy. Yeah. Doom can kind of bully hog a little bit, but just in terms of annoying, right? I'm not talking about like what actually counters Doom, but what's more annoying. Yeah, maybe Orisa or Hog. I think Orisa or Hog. I don't think Orisa is too bad. Doom Sombra definitely. Sombra is actually Cassidy. Maybe. Yeah, with the new Hender. Yeah, it's so easy to hit. Yeah. Now the backline is tricky for me because this can be a bit of a skill check. Now we're not talking about what counters and what doesn't counter. However, I do think you have to consider that this is also an easier backline to kill. What about Brig? What do you get? Brig Ana, maybe. Yeah, maybe Brig Ana. Because it's not like, okay, let's put it this way. You don't need Discord to kill Doomfist. You know what I'm saying? Hack, sleep, stick, javelin, or hook. That you don't need Discord to kill the Doomfist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking I agree. Either Zen Brig or Zen Ana. Or Brig Ana, excuse me. I think you bring Brig in there just to have another hero that can peel for the other squishier support and provide whip shots to worry about. And provide rally, which is really annoying to worry about too. I think Brig Zen or Brig Ana are fine. I don't think you need Discord to kill Doomfist with this comp. I think it's miserable. Again, I'm not saying what counters, but just like it's not fun to play versus that. Ana Zen is still hard though, yeah, for sure. But at least you get the opportunity to like, I can get a nice squishy kill here and there. I think I would be more annoyed to play into that. Okay, Junkerqueen. Orisa. Maybe. I don't hate the Orisa matchup that much as long as you're not like chopping into fortified too much. Again, feels like would Zarya be worse or Rein? No, I don't think Ryan's gonna feel too bad. I think Ryan does technically better versus Queen, but yeah, I think Zarya. May, yes. Because just sucks. You're good, Nen. Ooh, Echo's a good one actually. Because you can't do jack all to Echo. Like you can't even touch her. And then she just copies you. It's so annoying. Like there's like nothing you can do versus Echo. Pharah is pretty bad too. What if it was like Zarya, Kiriko, Pharmacy? I feel like so many of these could just be Pharmacy. You know? You're like, what about Zarya, Echo, Pharmacy with a Kiriko? But a Kiriko Pharmacy. Zarya, Kiriko. But maybe May, I don't know. May's a different kind of annoying. Yeah, because it's not that good of a comp. Okay, so then what do you think? Echo, Kiriko, Lucio? What do you guys think? Zarya, Echo, May, Kiriko, Lucio. Can't touch her. Counters your ult. Counters your ult and wins the neutral. Just general cancer with wall and freeze. A support that you can't really do anything versus. Okay. Orisa. Winston? What? Bro, it's Zarya, man. It's Zarya. Zarya is like arguably the hardest tank counter of all tank counters in the game. Like there isn't a tank in the game that has a harder counter than Orisa has with Zarya. Like there's just no like there isn't a harder tank counter. Like I'm trying to think here. Orisa does really well versus like Roadhog, but there's ways of like playing around it. For example, I can't think of another tank that counters another tank harder than Orisa counters Zarya, or Zarya counters Orisa. You can't avoid her, you can't outrange her, you don't do anything. So just it's miserable right here. Zarya, definitely Discord. I definitely agree with Discord. I don't think Sombra or Tracer are problems. Here's what I think. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Zarya, Tracer, maybe. I don't think Sombra's that annoying. Sombra's kind of easy to deal with, honestly. Echo? I think Echo. Echo or Hanzo. Anything that can spam me out and prevent me from spamming. May is not that hard. Maybe either Ana or Bap as well. Or just raw spam. And depending on the map, if I can't get on top of this comp, I'm dead. And Echo is miserable because I can never get on top of her. Echo, Zarya, Tracer. No, I can't touch any of those heroes. Zenyatta discords me, and then they go Bap or Ana. I either kill backline or I lose. That's it. Sojourn doesn't do enough damage, I don't think. But yeah, I think it just depends on the comp as well. Okay. Ramattra. Orisa. Alright, hear me out. Hear me out. Ball. Obviously map dependent, but we're thinking worst case scenario here. I want you to imagine playing Ramattra versus Ball on Busan Sanctuary. What the frick do you do? What the frick do you do? On a good Ball map? Like, what do? You can't do anything to him. You literally can't do anything. Cassidy? Maybe? I'm not sure with Ramattra. I don't even know if Anazen scares me as... Maybe it does? Anazen is like a different flavor, though. I feel like Ramattra has some speed to deal with it, though. Yeah, I don't love the cast. The cast definitely can slow him down, but I don't think the cast is that big. So definitely Ball. I mean, again, not to be that guy, but you really could just go like Echo here and put out a Ball Echo. What if you... Okay, I got it, guys. Ball, Tracer, Echo, Mercy, Kiriko. What do you do? Seriously, what do you do? You can't do anything. Nap on a highway, thank you for the sub. You literally can't touch anything. Like, there's nothing you can do. I mean, unironically, you're like, do I chase? Can I reach the Kiriko? Can I shoot the Tracer? Like, yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. Okay, that would be even if it's not like it doesn't have to be that good of a comp. It's just it would be so boring to play versus. Reinhardt. I don't think it's Ramattra. Reinhardt's a weird one for me. It feels more like depends on the comp. I don't think it's Ram. I don't mind playing into Ram. I don't mind playing into Ram at all. I might enjoy playing into Orisa less personally. Not huh? Alright, well, we're almost done. No, I just want to... Alright, thank you. Not because Orisa counters Reinhardt. I think that's a bit of an urban legend, but it's not very much fun playing Reinhardt into Orisa. Maybe Ball or Doom. Yeah, Ball or Doom. Maybe I think Ball because Doom is a little bit easier to swing on. I would say Orisa or Ball for different reasons, right? Orisa just because she's not really fun to play into, even though she doesn't really counter you. But Orisa is boring, exactly. Right. Not Junkrat, even though Trap is kind of annoying. Tracer's pretty good versus Rein. I would say Bastion, but Bastion is not only counterable, but he can feel pretty good. You know, you bait out his turret for him, you can shatter him, you can pin on him. I mean, maybe Echo again. Yeah. I mean, really, that might... So it's like, to me, it's like there's two ways of looking at it. You could basically just copy the Ramattra comp. Echo, the Echo, Ball, Echo Mercy, Kiriko, Tracer, right? That's good. Or if you just want to go like super grungy, nitty-gritty nastiness, I think you could go Orisa, Zen, BAP. Honestly, hear me out, guys. Junkrat wouldn't even be that bad. Just because of its displacement trap. Maybe Bastion. Maybe. What would be the grossest like brawl comp to play into? Like short, like just like not having a lot of mobility. DPS wise, I think Orisa, Zen, BAP, or Zen Ana would be okay. Reaper, no, Reaper is pretty good. Sim, you can swing on. She has to play too close. Maybe Reaper Bastion or Hanzo would be pretty tough too. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave that one up in the air. I'm not really sure on that one. Roadhog. Yeah, I think Orisa's fair. Orisa's fair. Sojourn doesn't feel frustrating to play versus. She builds rail off of you immediately, but you don't really care. It's more about your team has to suffer. So I don't think Sojourn's it. Like even though Sojourn does very well versus Hog, it's still fun to play. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know that it's maybe Reaper. Now that you can't one shot consistently. Echo again, yeah. Some sort of poke DPS, maybe like would be tough. Some sort of poke DPS with Orisa, Discord, Sleep Dart. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. But also at the same time, Hog would be good into that, would not be good, but would be okay into that comp. If you wanted a comp that Hog couldn't play into, but wouldn't feel as bad, would be like Reinhardt, Reaper, Mei, Moira, or Lucio, right? You couldn't do anything. Like, you just do nothing. But it wouldn't feel terrible, you know? Like, just go like Ram or Ryan, and then Reaper, Mei, with like Ana or Lucio, or even just like BAP Lucio, Moira Lucio. It's just over. You can't do anything. You can't one shot like anybody. Hog is such a weird one though. Sigma. Very map dependent, but let's just think about what would be the least fun to play into. Okay, hear me out, chat. Hear me out. Not saying it counters, but the least fun tank to play the Sigma into for me is very easy. Very easy for me. You guys ready for this one? The least fun to tank to play Sigma into is Zarya. Hard to hit, bubbles are annoying, rock doesn't feel particularly useful, and she counters your ultimate. It's not even like she counters you, she's just not fun to play into. It's just not very like other tanks are better, but like I don't feel like I do anything. It's frustrating. Like I don't enjoy playing Sigma into Zarya at all. Sombra is a great shout because Hack is so annoying to play into, and you can't like any. Okay, I actually think this is a pretty good list with the exception of maybe the tank because I disagree with. Okay, I agree with the DPS lineup here because you can't really do a lot versus this. It's not very fun to shoot these guys. It's not fun to shoot this guy. It's not fun to shoot this guy. It's not fun to shoot this guy. I would say maybe like Kiri Lucio though. What do you guys think? Nothing to really spam. Your ult doesn't really get value at all. Nothing really to rock. There's just nothing to shoot. There's no dopamine at all. I get 0 dopamine. But Zen I can actually shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, Kiriko is just like, what do you do? Like, everything's evasive. You just stand there like an idiot. Yeah, I think. I just, again, not talking about counter, just what feels worse. Winston. I think Junkerqueen is pretty good. I think Diva is also pretty good too. Although I will say maybe Junkerqueen, because even though Diva is the better counter, more consistent counter, Junkerqueen feels a lot worse to play into. The shout and then her, she's just annoying. Like, she's annoying. And I will say that I would probably choose Bastion over Reaper. I like the Torb pick, actually. Torb is actually really annoying. You don't have anything to do with turret. He's really hard to dive and kill. He has his overload. He really, really smokes you. But in terms of like just really boring to play versus, I'd rather play versus Reaper than I would a Bastion. But I freaking hate playing versus Torbjorn Bastion. It'd be so frustrating. What do you guys think? Backline wise, I don't even know. Like, Zen Ana is a shout to where, like, on a good map, it's like really rough, right? But maybe like Moira Lucio. Maybe like Moira Lucio. Mercy can like, you could definitely go the opposite direction with this one as well. Nah, Lucio ain't that bad, but the problem is then you can't, if you replace Lucio with another support, it's a support that Winston can isolate. They don't need to do anything to you. Everything else, they don't die, and then everything else does stuff to you. Now, the composition doesn't need to be viable. Like, think about this. Junkerqueen, Bastion, Torbjorn, Moira, Lucio. What's the plan here? Or Kiriko, right? What's the plan? I think on some maps, running like on some maps, something like a Junkerqueen, Echo, Mercy, Kiriko would be good here. That would be more frustrating for me. Echo Mercy is brutal as Winston. I think Echo Mercy is another one that's really hard to deal with. And the reason I say Echo Mercy over Pharmacy is because Pharmacy is easier to avoid. Echo Mercy is harder to avoid. Echo Mercy can just straight up kill a Winston. Just kill a Winston. You get stickies, you're done. You're dead. You died. It's over. But the problem with running Mercy is that theoretically it does expose the Kiriko to being dove. Like, you can dive the Kiriko, she TPs away, next dive you can pursue. So I don't know. Again, it depends on which way do you want to approach that. Like a really tight-knit group where you get no dopamine, or a group where you can assassinate stuff, but it's extremely punishing if you make a mistake. So Moira, Lucio, Bastion, Torb, Queen, or you could go like, oh, for example, a really bad comp, like on a certain map, would be like Diva, Echo, Torbjorn, Mercy, Kiriko. Think about playing that in like Havana first. You know what I'm saying? That would be miserable to play into that on certain sightlines, or like a Circuit Royale. You couldn't do anything. Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball. I think Roadhog is fine. Like, I don't see any tank that I'd enjoy less playing Wrecking Ball more into Roadhog. I disagree. I think Roadhog's more annoying when comboed with other things. Queen is the worst, really? Junkerqueen is worse than Hog? Fair enough. Alright. I actually think this comp is good. I think this is good. I think you can maybe insert Sombra in here somewhere, but with a new grenade and new slow, like, it's rough, mate. Like, it is rough. Hinder is really hard, and the new freeze is really hard to deal with too. I would, at least versus Sombra, there's ways of like you can hunt her Translocator and isolate her. And again, high risk, high reward here, right? Like there's not, like you can theoretically kill people in this comp, but it's more likely that they're going to kill you. So yeah, this comp looks pretty good, to be honest with me, for the most part. I think, you know, you could insert if you guys think Queen, it's fine. You could do Brig in here as well. Yeah, Brig Zen on a Brig as well would be fine too. Because Whip Shot is really difficult to deal with, and keeping the other support alive and rally, that's hard too. Zarya, Reinhardt. I think Zarya, Winston or Reinhardt, depends on the map. No, I think this is a good DPS lineup. You can't do anything. You can't, like, it's the thing is like it's always okay. Here's another one too. You could also do like the Echo Mercy kind of a thing again. I not to be that guy, like we keep bringing out Echo, but either Hanzo or Echo, just two DPS that DPS you can't touch, right? But if you're gonna go that direction, I wouldn't go Reinhardt. I would go like Kiriko Mercy with Winston. Again, just another situation where you can't touch anything. If you wanted to go full brawl mode, you'd go Rein, Mei, Reaper, like Bap Lucio or something like that. The problem with this comp is it has like anti-synergy, right? Like this hero doesn't make any sense with these. So like you would go like full into this with like Ball or like Winston or something. With double sniper or something like that. Feels like you do nothing though on Zarya. That's true. Yeah, Zarya is super unfulfilling versus snipers, but yeah. This is fun. I like this post. I don't know. This is enjoyable, and I think their rankings were for an r/Overwatch. It's all right.